Harvard student, I need you to listen. The difference between my classmates and the rest of the world is that my classmates have the audacity to say, what do I get out of it? What I mean is, none of us are entering any opportunities just because somebody asked us to, or just because we feel like we have to. No, we're going into opportunities with an expectation that we get some type of return on our investment. We're going into relationships thinking about, what do I get out of this relationship? We're going into business thinking, what do I get out of this deal? We're going into internships thinking, how does this help my career? And respectability politics, and growing up in poor neighborhoods, we learn not to do that. We learn to only think about other people. What do they get out of it? How can I help them? My encouragement is that we find a balance, that we think about how we can enter partnership, enter relationships, enter commitments where we share with each other. Hey, this place is gonna get this out of me, and in return, they're gonna give me this value. This person is gonna get this value from me, but they're also going to give me this value. That's how you generate wealth. Wealth is not just money. There's like, so many people are loveless, and so they're poor. So many people have terrible emotional maturity, so they're poor. So in order for us to build wealth, which is abundance in all of those mental, emotional, spiritual, and material areas, we have to enter partnerships from a perspective of, what do I get out of it? Yes, but also what do I give you? In fact, the first question we should ask is, how can I serve you? If we're both running to the cap table to say, how can I serve you? If we're both running to the contract to say, how can I serve you? If we're both running to the courtroom to say, how can I serve you? We change the outcomes. Now, I'm not naive enough to believe that, overnight our world is going to be a different one. But if you want your life to be a different life, you can make different choices. If you want your life to be a different life, you can make different choices. The world is going to be different when so many people's lives are different. But until then, you and me make our lives better by making different choices, by investing in relationship, understanding that the time should not be spent, it should be invested. Some people say I work too hard. I never stop talking about serious stuff. If you understood the value of your life, if you understood the weight of the moment, you would work harder as well. And you should, because there are things that matter. There are kids that look up to you. There are your parents counting on you. We gotta be hungry. That's the only way to achieve. The other thing is, I started off from negative. My great-grandmother was born on a plantation. I was made to work. I'm happy to work. I'm happy to develop things so that the kids in the next generation have something new. That's what I was made to do. And I think you were made to do something similar. It's a choice that you make. But if you are going to engage at any level, I encourage you to think about, what do I get out of this? But also think about, what am I adding to this? And it's important to be honest about both. If you know you can't add any value, you tell the truth. You say, hey, look, I actually don't think I'm going to be able to add any value here. Do you see any value that I could add? And you'd be surprised that sometimes people see value in you that you don't even see. So let's engage more. Let's do more partnership. Let's do more collaboration. Let's work together. Let's bring our companies together. Let's bring our music together. Let's bring our organizations together. Let's fundraise together. Why don't 2 organizations go to the donors instead of 1? Why don't we go hustle a little harder, a little bit better, a little bit smarter together?